annoys me is people going to Tony Blair and Bush, right, for like bombing stuff and all that. But my point is this, right? Those bombs have all been bought and paid for.
Yeah, you, the taxpayer, they're yours.
And I'm not a scientist, but I think bombs go off.
I think so.
And if you don't use them, you lose them. So let's use them.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like tinned food. It lasts for a while, but eventually
it's like anything. Oh, we better eat that. No, don't open the fresh stuff. Don't build the fresh ones. Let's use the old ones.
Exactly.
So
because they're just stockpiling there, and they cost us millions.
I know. We want to see if they work as well. What? We never tried that one. Use them. Use them on just Oh,
exactly.
Carl, who would you bomb if you could?
I wouldn't.
No?
What do you mean?
Well, imagine you could bomb a country. You're not actually going to bomb them, but you're just going to frighten them. Just going to put the frighteners on them.
Frighten them, yeah.
You're just going to go, I'm going to bomb you, and then obviously
they'll go running, hiding under tin shelters and that.
Yeah.
Ricky's house?
No, come on. What country?
No,
what country?
I wouldn't. Honestly, no one sort of makes me fed up or anything.
No one makes you fed up?
Not enough that I want to bomb a place.
You're not actually going to bomb.
I
You're
wouldn't
just
get
putting
involved. I'd just say, let someone else do it.
Sure.
It's typical, isn't it?
What about you, Rick?
I got a list here.
Do you know who I'd threaten?
Go on.
The Swiss.
Oh, they've had it easy.
They've always had it easy. They've always chickened out.
It's the equivalent of having Mondays off.
Exactly.
Like, oh, we don't want to fight.
Exactly.
You can both walk through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're a carpet.
Exactly. While we're busy sorting out fascism,
yeah,
you know, or Osama bin Laden, they're just chilling out.
They're holding ours and Hitler's coat.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Little weed. We should have both turned on them.
Yeah. And I'll tell you who else. This will just frighten them up. Just shake them up a bit. Iceland.
They've had it easy.
Because they have stayed out of everything. They have not been involved in anything, as far as I can tell.
But you don't have to bomb them, do you?
Eskimos, they've never been involved in anything.
I know, but don't bomb them, just pour hot water on their igloos.
Exactly.
Just send a plane over with warm water.
Yeah, with a big flask. Yeah. No, just to shake things up a bit, just to keep them on their toes, that's all it is.
Why would you live there?
If you could choose, I've
If
no
you're
idea.
an Eskimo and you're born, little baby, you grow up and you go, what? I'm sorry, I'm eating ice and fish for the rest of my life.
Well, fair
you're
enough.
having a laugh.
Fair enough, like years and years ago, but now, presumably, they're aware of the proper house and the fact you can live in, say, Somerset or the south of France.
I know, but it's like, haven't they learned? It's sort of like, well, they haven't even got, they're not even on as good a thing as the North American Indians. Now they're sort of pissed up.
They got
smoking fags, they live in lovely little cages. They're all brought to their little village. They're having a whale of a time. They don't have to go hunting anymore or anything like that, killing buffalo. And the same with the Eskimos. Let's get them some beer and fags down there, knock the igloos down, build them some lovely little semis or like...
Or just a little kind of trailer or a caravanette or something like that. It's gotta be better. It's gotta be preferable.
I know.
Some of them now have got TVs built in, Rick.
I know.
And showers.
Yeah, they've got cable and stuff, have they?
Yeah.
Or was there one sort of Icelandic channel?
Get satellite or whatever, wouldn't you?
Magnus Magnuson.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably doing... There's loads of Mastermind reruns.
Yeah. And Pingu. Just on a loop.
That's porn over there,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
No, that's like a hardcore documentary.
This is Racist FM 104.9.
Yeah. So, who would you like to see bombed, or not bombed, not bombed, but just put the frighteners on them?
Yeah, it would
email
like
ricky.gervais@xfm.
of anyone, any nation or anything. Carl, thoughts?
Play a song?
You're not working for your money. You're not having Monday off. We got to do something Monday. Let's plan something Monday just to get him in here. You've got 2 hours for 8 hours off. You don't do an 8-hour day anyway.
Rick, how much is he getting paid?
He's getting money for this. I think his wages went up last time, so he's getting paid to be here, extracurricular, extra work, right? So it's moonlighting, and they're giving him a day off.
Yeah.
And he's contributing nothing.
Nothing.
Huh? What, Carl? Say something, mate. Huh?
What's going on?
What?
Going on with yourself?
Well, say something back and earn your money.
Let's just play a song. We've done a bit of stuff there.
You idiot.
Don't say we, mate. I've not heard anything from you. We've heard your contribution.
BIMP, 50 Cent on XFM 104.9. Me, Ricky Gervais. You, Stephen Merchant, and you, Carl Pilkington. Alright? What are we doing then? How are we going? Carl, how are you feeling? On a scale of 10 now, happiness scale?
Just building back up again a bit.
Yeah? Why?
Just calm down a bit.
Yeah.
So.
The chilled out vibes of PIMP probably helped you.
Yeah.
I think we should just say, give massive props to Adam and Joe, who stood in for us.
Oh yeah, stood in for us.
Did a great job.
Yeah, great, really good.
In fact, interesting,
are
this is
they going to get their own show here? I think they should.
Yeah, they'll probably get something.
Well, there you go.
Well, it's interesting because I was listening to them and they had quite a nice selection of features. They had a couple of good competitions and things. Now, I don't know if, having done them for XFM, is it somehow they may be kind of under some kind of XFM copyright? Which would mean, as we've got no ideas, maybe we could just hijack some of theirs. Maybe you could look into that. Obviously not Monday, you're not here, but...
I was with Joe Cornish last night, went to a little, do at, Jonathan's house, and Joe was there, and he walked in, and I was taken aback by how tall he is.
Sure.
Because I'd forgotten, and he's about 6'4", but he's unlikely to, do you know what I mean by that? It's sort of like some people surprise you. And, he was going, yeah, well, I don't consider, 6'4", big. I said, well, it is pretty big. I said, but I know what you mean, I walk around with Steve Merchant.
Yeah.
And, he went, how tall's Steve? And I said, 6'7".
Yep.
And Joe went, oh, that's nearly a disability, isn't it?
Do you know, he's absolutely right as far as I'm concerned. No, do you know, I've genuinely, since school, I used to go to school with a little disabled fella. Lovely guy. No, I swear to God, lovely guy. And I remember he came in when we got in the sixth form, and he'd basically got, I don't know what the ins and outs of it were, but as far as I could tell, he'd got a car for free. A specially converted car.
Yeah.
You know, because he was disabled. And he was driving
same as Carl. Me. I need this, I need that.
But it seemed to me that I was thinking, well, why can I not get something similar? Because there are some cars I can't fit in. Because I'm too tall. I genuinely cannot drive the smaller cars, the cheaper cars. I'm obliged to buy a more expensive, larger car, because I can't fit in the tiny.
Yeah, that's like saying you've got to pay more for your shoes because there's more leather, which is true.
Which is absolutely true. It's a nightmare getting shoes.
But fat people have to pay more.
Do you know, it's a nightmare getting chairs, comfy chairs that I can sit in the home. I sit in a chair for very long, and my back's killing me. Now, how is that not a disability? But no, you don't see people like me whinging.
But I think tall people, I've read an article that taller people on average, get, higher wages through an advantage, or just because they're taken more seriously than little dumpy fellas.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't think I genuinely don't think there are many benefits of being really tall. People seem to assume there are, but beyond the fact that I can reach things down from a high shelf,
I know.
I don't think there's any real perks.
I've seen you hit your head a few times.
That's a disability.
I know, I have seen you hit your head a few times, and I think, oh god, that must have hurt. Obviously I'll make sure okay and then laugh.
Of course.
But I know it must be annoying.
Thanks, mate.
No, but I mean, there's a pub, there's one pub in Soho that he has to go down backwards.
Yeah.
He has to lean that, it looks like a limbo dancer.
Yeah, they've almost got to lower me in on ropes.
I always find it amusing.
But like, for instance, on a plane, on an aeroplane, I can't get some of the seats, I can't fit in some of the seats. Not in any way, not the way that I could.
Because
Well, you're talking, how is that not a disability?
There's some seats that people can't afford because they're poor. It's not a disability.
That's irrelevant. Don't go on a plane then, because you're poor. But if you can't afford to go on a plane, you can't afford to go on a plane. You should have studied hard at school.
But what annoys me about that is there's
a physical disability I was born with.
There's a weight allowance, so I might not be allowed loads of bags on, but there might be a big fat pig in the queue who's allowed the same chocolate allowance as me.
That's because they've been eating like a bloater. I couldn't stop myself from growing this tall. It wasn't a conscious decision. I didn't think, I'll tell you what, I won't smoke when I'm a teenager. Maybe I'll shoot up. I'll eat healthy. I'll probably add an extra 2 feet. It just kept going.
You do eat too healthy. You eat way too many greens.
But that's not why I grew to this height. It's a genetic thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you lived near, some sort of pylon or something, and just, as I say, smoked from an early age, you wouldn't have been that tall.
Don't think when I was a gangly teenager having the piss taken out of me, I wasn't thinking I wish I'd been born near a pylon. Could you? Or Chernobyl.
Could your mum or dad, could they have banded you like they did with little? Didn't they do that with someone's feet?
Well, yeah, concubine.
Yeah,
yes,
I didn't come out this tall, did I?
No, but slip it in the
and how would they bandage him? They'd have to bandage him round the feet and round the top of the head.
Yeah, I'd be walking around like a mummy.
Yeah, or a bonsai boy.
But people didn't really realise I was going to be this tall until I was 14 or 15. You know, you don't realise when you're an 8-year-old.
How tall were you when you were about like a gangly? Okay, so a typical gangly teenager, 15. How tall were you at 15?
I don't know, 6'5" maybe.
And I bet you were like a beanpole, weren't you?
Of course.
Yeah. And what sort of glasses did you have?
Cool.
No, what did you have?
I don't know, a monocle. No, I can't remember.
Did you wear a bow tie once?
I wore a bow tie? I thought I was trying to preempt the styles that might be coming round. I think I've been watching a lot of George Formby films. And I thought it can only be a matter of time before the bow tie comes in. I thought it might be quite kind of urbane and debonair.
Yeah.
So what that
was
for?
Robin Day at the height of his
I think he
fame
might
around this time? Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go for that dandy look. I thought that's what the girls would go for.
I know, yeah.
The dandy.
Oh dear.
So
I still want to see you with a pipe and trilby.
Yeah.
I just think you'd look great
I'd like
walking
to wear
on
a
the street. Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
dear.
genuinely, I really, it does frustrate me that I don't get any allowances
It
for being
doesn't count
brutal.
as a disability.
Well, it does count.
No, it doesn't. It's not a disability being 6'7".
But how can you explain, for instance, you know, travelling on a bus or a coach? There's some seats I can't
disadvantage
sit in.
is, people look. I've seen people stare at you, but they stare at me because I've been on the telly. What's that a disability? People being recognised.
Yes, but you could avoid that by not being on the telly. It's your choice. This is my point. It's your choice.
Yeah,
it's the same as the big fat people. It's their choice.
It's a different sort of stare, isn't it? I've been there.
Yeah.
When you know the sort of stare that you get and the sort of stare.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna. Sorry, Steve, but I'm gonna, you know, follow up this inquiry. What do you mean, Carl?
No, I'm just saying it's more of a stare of fear than, like with you, they go, oh, it's him.
Yeah, go on.
Whereas with you, it's more like, jeez.
Do you know what frustrates me? I thought he did deserve having a Monday off. I've changed my tune.
Yeah, yeah.
I was sometimes you don't realise this, listeners, but sometimes I'm an intermediary. I do step in when he's winding him up, because Carl gets to the point where he's going to explode.
Yeah, and
it's
Steve's
crazy.
okay, Joe.
And I step in, and this is the kind of response I get from Carl. This is the kind of back chat I get
Well, I
from
tell
him.
you, he's a little user.
I'll tell you what, because he's too scared of winding you up, because he knows that you'll just walk out of here and he won't get his Monday off.
Absolutely. Play a record, you little oik.
Weasel. You're a weasel.
1972. Grooving to a carol.
Joe Jackson, Different for Girls on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. He's annoying. And he's got 2 hours and he's miserable. He's not even doing anything for the show. It really annoys me.
Well, hang on, wait a minute. You've forgotten his brilliant film quiz.
Yeah.
He's contributed that.
That he probably did during the week.
Well,
do you know what I mean? What, are you gonna change your attitude, Carl, or what? Or should we just, like, not bother with this show?
Told you.
What?
Don't annoy me and you'll get the best out of me. Yeah?
I told you, I told you, this show is to annoy you. You knew that.
But this is what you're gonna get. Do you know what I mean?
But no, you've got to be good and get the day off, or there's no point for any of us.
Right, if you were having an operation, would you annoy the doctor?
What?
He can't concentrate, can he? Don't wind him up.
The fact that he's a doctor.
All of a sudden.
yeah, he's got to press a button and find out what a monkey did in 1932. And he's,
Where's the monkey news?
It's been a bit quiet, hasn't it? I've been...
What, in the
keeping an
last
eye
3
out.
months?
Okay, there was something that I found last week about one that was in an old people's home. It escaped from some zoo, it was wandering about, it was enjoying itself, and then when it got to the night time, it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And the first place it came across was like this old people's home. Went in there, I think it was there for about a week and a half, without anyone realising.
No,
No, it did.
No, so the helpers and the nurses and the social workers and the matrons and all that, they thought, well, Mr. Sanders looks a bit hairy. But I mean, that happens, you know, it comes out your ear and your nose when you get to about 70. And he's stooped over, yeah, of course he has, he's got bow legs, yeah. And he eats more fruit, of course he does.
Well, that's when they realised.
Why?
Because someone in the kitchen said, hang on a minute, getting through more bananas than we normally do.
Well, do the competition, do the one thing you've done this week, probably in their time again, you're getting paid for it, you're having Mondays off, and you're not into it, so
that
waste of
film,
time.
That film sounds good, it was like this.
Yeah, okay then.
I'm well happy now I've had that.
Hurry up.
Right, so that's a bit of a cryptic clue.
Yeah.
Someone eating this woman, and he's happy that he had that.
Yeah, go on,
That was Gladiator.
Yeah.
So, who wins
A
this?
couple of people sent in Hannibal, which would still work.
Yeah.
And someone else sent in Maneater, which I suppose works as well.
Although he did put the thing in about, I'm well happy. Glad.
Yeah, I know.
I know, it's not,
so.
it's not worth the, I don't know, 100 quid he gets for this and a day off, no.
Well,
Right,
Eva, who got the answer right, well done to her, I'm going to give her the prizes, she said that she'd heard this before on Christine O'Connell's show.
Ah, this is really annoying. Right, that's it. You're going to do something, or we're going to stop this and you have to work Mondays again. Because you are taking the piss out of me, you're taking the piss out of Graham, and you're taking the piss out of London. I'll see you next week, and you can change your attitude.
Limp Bizkit. We may be back next week. It depends how Carl gets on. Maybe he bucks up his attitude. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Darkness. I believe in a thing called love on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, you're Steve Merchant Shaw. That's little Carl Pilkington over there. Where is he? There he is.
There he is, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey! Back together again.
The old gang.
Yeah, it started last week.
Yeah,
I think
triumphant return.
it went well last week, didn't it, Carl? Good show, wasn't it?
You loved it, didn't you, Carl?
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah. Now, you weren't speaking to Suzanne last week at this time because you said she had a haircut, probably quite an expensive haircut. She's a lady in media. She's got to look good. She probably doesn't go to the barber like you or just shave it at home. Probably spent quite a little bit of money on it. She came home. She thought, well, my sweetheart, my lover, my sweetheart, you know what I mean? The man in my life is gonna love this.
Well, he adores everything about me. He's gonna love my hair.
She walked in. Hello, Carl. Alright? You look like Dave Hill from Slade. Is what you said to the poor woman. And then talked about it on air. She was furious about that. So what did you do?
Carl?
She did listen, yeah. She wasn't happy.
And she heard you slagging her hair off.
Yeah. Well, what annoys
So this
me
is probably annoying her now.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. We can do a lot today because she's at work. So
And of course, no one's going to tell her.
let's have a chat about a fat arse, shall we? Hold on.
Oh dear.
You are in so much trouble. That's. Look, he's realised he is a little bit worried. Oh, didn't you go and buy her a coat or something?
Took her out on Sunday and treated her to a new coat and that.
Yeah.
But I offered, I
And a
said as well,
baseball
I said I'd pay to have it done again.
Oh no, Carl, you have. Oh God! Oh my Christ!
So she listened to the show. What did she say? You got home. She'd heard you slagging her hair off.
Imagine that. He thinks that's a good thing. So like, we've won the pools. Brilliant. What are we doing? Well, you can have facial surgery now, love. It's sort of like, it's just, Christ. You offered to have it done again. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
I got home and she's like all being moody with me, right?
yeah.
You thought something's wrong, so you must have listened to the show when I was slagging off her hair.
Well, his first thought was she's probably looked at herself in the mirror. She agrees with me.
Yeah, that barber's been round again.
Yeah.
And she just said, "Oh, that wasn't very nice of you, was it?"
Oh.
So I just said, "Hang on a minute." I said, "That's what we do on the show. When I'm slagging off, you know, Chinese people looking old or whatever, I said you never interfere."
Sure.
I love the fact.
She's got to get her priorities right.
I love the fact that she's in the same queue as a billion people you've never met.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. She's in the same queue. Well, you didn't complain when I was
because
slagging off.
Carl, I don't think Carl has ever admitted he might be in the wrong. Ever. Certainly not to your eye. So did
That
you admit...
is so true.
Isn't it?
That is so true.
He's never admitted that he might be in the wrong. So did you, in this instance, agree that maybe you'd overstepped the mark?
No, I just said she took it badly. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's only a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
Steve, you haven't seen it, so you can't start interfering on this one.
No, okay.
No, I haven't seen it, but I very much doubt she looks like Dave Hill from Slade, who, if I'm, unless I'm mistaken, used to cut his hair with garden shears blindfolded.
Well,
So, you know what I mean? And did her teeth stick out when she started speaking with a Brummie accent as well?
I've got used to it now anyway. So,
And so did you buy you a coat?
I just said let's leave that. Let's go out and have a good weekend.
Sure.
But get your hat before we go. And treated her to a new coat, and that's it's a nice coat, so people will look at that rather than
The hair.
looking at the head.
So if
What
anyone,
does it do? Flash? It's got obscenities across the back.
if anyone who knows Carl's girlfriend is listening,
Tell her.
and maybe you're a work colleague and you're listening to the show,
Because
or
I
woman
think
or
this is
something,
terrible.
get her to phone him now.
Get her to phone him now. I mean,
Get her
forget
to
the
phone on
hair.
the XFM number.
What's the fat ass complaint line? Because you are in deep shite. Cemetery Gates By the Smiths, of course, off the Queen is Dead album. Lovely tune. Makes you happy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a nice song about dead people.
Yeah, beautiful. I just wondering, Rick, what your opinions are, what your thoughts
Go
are on Britney Spears.
Liked a couple. Bit bored. I think she's panicking a little bit. I think she's a little bit desperate with all this Madonna stuff.
Yeah, all the kind of lesbian
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, she's alright. I've got nothing against the girl.
Well, I think it was in Hot Tickets magazine.
Sure.
It's free with the Evening Standard.
Yeah.
I might get some free Evening Standards now. I've plugged that.
Yeah.
I was just reading in there that, I don't know if it's still going to happen, but apparently she was going to do a little cheeky appearance at GAY.
GAY.
In London. And obviously I was quite excited.